Hello everyone, I'm Storm Checker ET meteorologist Austin Haskins. We had some showers and thunderstorms around off and on throughout the day Wednesday and into our Wednesday night. What's left over of that this morning has basically all but fizzled out, moving towards Milwaukee and Chicago. We're also dealing with some areas of rain and storms that's going to track towards parts of the Chippewa Valley later on this morning. But for the most part, the weather's going to quiet down the next couple of days. Now, thanks to the morning round of rain and storms we had yesterday, that actually limited our potential for severe weather. In fact, we had one brief tornado warning that was issued around 8:15 last night for the northwestern corner of Polk County, but that was about it. We really didn't have many storm reports. There was a couple reports of some nickel to quarter size hail around the southern parts of St. Croix County. And then Matt got a picture of a tree on a car in the Amory area. That was around the mid to late evening hours last night. Otherwise, the bulk of the severe reports were across central and northern Minnesota, where there was some pretty large hail and some damaging wind gusts and possibly maybe a tornado or two that was at least confirmed by radar. But of course, the National Weather Service crews up in Duluth and even the Twin Cities will go out the next few days and determine if there was any tornado damage from that. So thankfully, we avoided the threat for severe weather here because we were under a level 2 risk. Now today, as I mentioned a moment ago, we were watching that area of rain across parts of South Dakota and Minnesota that will head towards the Chippewa Valley. I think really if you're along and south of Highway 10, you have the best chance of seeing this area of rain. But even up to about Highway 64, you still could see at least some rain from that. But if you do see any rain, it's not going to be very long lasting. It's not going to rain a whole lot, maybe up to about 1/10 of an inch. But along and south of Highway 10, you could see a little bit more than that, maybe up to 1/4 to 1/3 of an inch. Now, the second half of the afternoon is actually looking to be really nice with sunshine. It's going to get warm this afternoon, but we also see those dew points drop thanks to a west to northwest wind. Tonight, clear skies, quiet conditions. With the winds going light overnight and the rain we've seen recently, I do expect at least some patchy fog to develop tomorrow morning, and it could be locally dense as well, so we'll be watching that for you. And then tomorrow looks great. If you're going to be outdoors, no issues whatsoever, but wear the sunscreen though, because the UV index is going to be up to about a 9 tomorrow, which means sunburn can occur in as little as about 10 to 15 minutes or less. So just be mindful of that. Friday evening, no problems whatsoever. The clouds do start to move in overnight, and most of Saturday is actually trending a little bit drier. And if that's the case, then we get a little bit of sunshine. Temperatures might go up a little bit. So I bumped temperatures up slightly on Saturday, but we're still going to track some showers and storms to return Saturday afternoon, especially into Saturday night and Sunday morning. And there is the potential we could see some heavy downpours with some of these storms. But the good news is severe weather is not expected with this wave as of right now. But that could change, and we'll keep you updated if there are any changes to that. So that's our highest chance of rain in the next couple of days. And we maintain chance levels for showers and storms all the way through the middle of next week. But it's one of those setups where it's not going to rain everywhere each and every day. It's going to be kind of what we see in the summertime, the scattered developing showers and storms with the heating of the day. And it's going to be very humid too as we get into the second half of the extended forecast. Now, we'll lose that today. We go from the 60s down into the 50s this afternoon, so it's going to feel better. Tomorrow, those dew points hanging out mostly in the low to mid 50s, so still pretty comfortable. We'll start to rise it a little bit on Saturday, but it's really Saturday night into Sunday, and especially into early next week, we see those dew points jump up into the mid to upper 60s, and even some spots and some days even into the low to possibly mid 70s. So it is going to be turning very steamy across the Chippewa Valley, and especially with temperatures forecasted as high as the upper 80s to near 90. Could be talking about that heat index approaching the low to mid 90s. Again, that's a few days away, but it's something that we're going to be tracking as we get closer in time. Temperatures today, though, low to mid 80s, upper 70s towards Medford, so a little bit above our seasonal averages. Tonight, lows in the 50s, so if you want to open up those windows tonight, give that air conditioner a break, I would highly recommend doing so, because as we head into the weekend, the next week, you're going to be probably wanting it on for a couple of days, I should say. Highs tomorrow, 77 to 82. Great day, as I mentioned, but again, wear the sunscreen. And then Saturday, with the cloudier skies and the chance of rain in the afternoon, we'll step temperatures back down into the mid-70s. Still not too bad. That's a little bit below our average, which is 78 and 55. But look at the temperatures, as I mentioned, as we get into the second half of that extended forecast. Upper 80s to near 90. Temperatures, though, may fluctuate in the coming days with the newer data that comes in, because if we see less chances for rain, I think we're going to be a little bit warmer. But if we see the chance of rain start to increase and the coverage of it and the timing of it as well, that could also drop temperatures a little bit as well.